Everyone, what we're going to do on the second part of this video is add and subtract rational expressions that don't have a common denominator. So if you look here, what we see is three different denominators, okay? And what we can do, the quickest way to get the common denominator, a common denominator, is multiply everything straight across. However, notice how the first term is y squared, second term is 3, and the last term is 6y squared. We can actually find the common denominator as being 6y squared. Okay, and what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take each of these fractions and we're going to have to multiply them by something. Okay, and I think we're going to run out of space here, so let me move down. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to multiply. We've got to think about, okay, what can we multiply the first fraction by, this denominator, by y squared to give us 6y squared? Well, the answer to that is 6. So we're going to rewrite 2 over y squared, okay, times, well, you're going to multiply the top and bottom by 6, because 6 times 6y squared is 6y squared. Plus our second fraction, okay, 1/3 times, well, what do you multiply 3 by to give you 6y squared? Well, it would be 2y squared over 2y squared, okay? And finally, the last function has what we need for the denominator, or the last expression, so we don't need to do anything. Okay? It just stays the same in purple. So, what we're going to have now is we're going to have, let's simplify. 2 times 6 is 12, so you're going to have 12. You're going to have one common denominator here, okay? And that common denominator is 6y squared. So let's combine our terms now. You have 2 times 6, which is 12, plus 1 times 2y squared, which is 2y squared. And then the last term, 5, doesn't do anything, just minus 5. So now you look in the numerator and you combine like terms, okay? And so when you combine like terms, you get 2y squared, and then 12 minus 5 is 7, and that's all divided by 6y squared. Okay, so that's what's going to go here for our answer. 2y squared minus 7, all divided by 6y squared. And if you go back to the original, I'm going to run it, well, I might be able to squeeze in here. We know that, whoops, y cannot be 0. Okay? Let's look at our second example. Our second example is a little more challenging. I'm going to actually go ahead and factor the numerator here. I'm going to have x over x squared minus 12 divided by x squared minus 4 is x plus 2 times x minus 2. Okay, and then we're going to add to that 2 over x minus 2. So the first thing you want to do is the common denominator. Notice how both of them have an x minus 2. So the common denominator is just going to be this, x plus 2 times x minus 2. And what's really nice about the first fraction here is when we go ahead and write this, you're doing nothing to this first thing because it has everything we need in the denominator for the common denominator. So I have x squared minus 12. Remember, this is all going to be over x plus 2 times x minus 2. Now notice, this second fraction is only missing the x plus 2. So really the top and the bottom have to be multiplied by what this denominator is missing, which is x plus 2. So I'm going to have plus, that goes here, 2 times that x plus 2. And then it's a matter of simplifying. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at what we have. We have x squared minus 12, so x squared minus 12. Distribute the 2, so plus 2x plus 4, all divided by our common denominator, x plus 2 times x minus 2. Okay? And we're going to run out of space, so we're going to go down here. Okay, so now we'll go over here. And the numerator becomes x squared, okay, plus 2x and plus 4. And our denominator is the same. So you have x plus 2, x minus 2. So now, can I factor that numerator? Well, two numbers that multiply to be 4. Let's see. Oh, that should be, I'm sorry, that should be minus 8. I missed the 12. Negative 12 plus 4 is 8. Negative 8. So this should be minus 8 here. Minus 8. Now I can factor that. So look, x squared plus 2x minus 8. So it's x plus 4 times x minus 2. All divided by x plus 2 times x minus 2. And you can cancel out the x minus 2. So you get x plus 4 over x plus 2. And we know that x can't be plus or minus 2. Look at the denominator. So x does not equal plus or minus 2. Okay, so that's your answer there. Okay, let's continue on and look at, we got 2 more left, okay, and I'm going to come back for part 3 and do questions 9 and 10.